Hello, everyone, and welcome to Just Trekking Along, a Star Trek themed podcast that we are starting. I am Paul, your host.
I am Dave, your other host.
And we're not quite sure if this is where no fan has gone before, but we can't prove or disprove either way, so we're just going to go with it. This video is going to talk a little bit about what you can expect. One thing we decided about our show was that it didn't matter whether you're a novice to the franchise or an experienced Trek fan. We wanted this to be able to work for a fan on any level, really, because someone like David, who has seen the majority or the entirety of the series...
I've probably seen about 80% of it.
Right, whereas I've seen... I'm not comfortable saying more than 20% of it, to be honest. But it could really work for either person. As I said, the most experienced or the least experienced. Our videos are going to be friendly for all viewers because it's just about enjoying the show. And it's about paying tribute to the cast and the creative team and the crew and everybody who have worked on this incredible franchise for almost 50 years. It's going to be...
Spoiler alert!
Guess what? There are no spoiler alerts.
If you
for our
haven't
show.
known this shit by now, tough noogies, because you might have heard it, somebody else talking about it. So there's no spoiler alert for anything because the series is quite old. The only thing there might be a spoiler for is the current movies that have been released within the last 5 years.
Exactly. It has been more than 5 years. Once the 5-year limit is up, spoiler alert goes out the window. So we actually had a little bit of a discussion about the particular viewing order that we're going to use, but Dave came up with the perfect system.
Here's what we're going to do. Since the first technically filmed episode was The Cage, we're going to start with that, and then after we go with that episode, we're going to resume in the order that they had aired according to the regular schedule.
Yeah, definitely after The Cage, it's going to be broadcast order, not production order. And going along with that, guess what? Lack of spoiler alert, because The Cage spoils The Menagerie, which is a mid-season episode of Season 1. That's the most of a spoiler alert. Referring back to our previous topic, that's the most you're going to get. What counts as an episode is one that we were, again, discussing because there are several two-part episodes, not just finale cliffhangers and premieres. And I believe we were on the same page in deciding that any two-part episode intended as a two-part minus finale cliffhangers is going to be one episode. So 1 week we made it, again, using the Menagerie as I used in our previous example, using the Menagerie as an example for this case, that will be one topic. So 1 week we will discuss the Menagerie parts 1 and 2.
Okay, so there's this big debate out there on what is a Trekker, what is a Trekkie. We each have heard different things. My take on it that I've heard about it is that a Trekkie is a fan that was around for the original series and saw it as it had aired when it first came out, as well as those who were around for the animated series. A Trekker, on the other hand, are those who were around not for the original series, but were there for the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. Paul, I know, has heard different things about it.
Yeah, I've actually heard a Trekkie as that one particular person or group of people who they are hardcore Star Trek, The stereotype is they live in their parents' basement. They're constantly in a Starfleet uniform. They make sure to go to all the conventions and everything like that. Whereas a Trekker is a more casual fan, such as us, who can, again, going with the stereotype, actually exist and function in daily life. That is a debate in the community, and either way, I would consider myself a Trekker based on your definition or my definition.
Yeah.
The subject of canon is a tricky one when it comes to Star Trek. So many people have so many different ideas because, in all honesty, canon really comes down to what a single person believes to be official. And it varies from person to person. Because there are people who believe that the William Shatner novels that he has written or ghost written are canon because he was involved with the original show, therefore it should be considered. We are actually taking a different, more traditional approach.
Yeah, pretty much. Basically, the film series of Star Trek, we're including them all. This includes the original series, the animated series, which some believe was a continuation of the original series because it includes all the original characters playing themselves.
And some of the writers. And Gene Roddenberry accepted a check for it.
Yeah, so, if he's getting paid, it counts. So, this goes from the original series, the animated series, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek Enterprise, as well including all the movies that were filmed in that time.
Of course, concluding with the new, colloquially termed J.J. Abrams verse, the rebooted series.
The Star Trek reboot.
Yeah, I don't think there is a definitive term. Maybe we'll have to create one for our show. So thank you for watching our little teaser video. We hope you join us in October. And it may not be a 5-year mission, but we are hoping that it will live long and prosper, and that you will all enjoy yourselves.
For at least 4 years, maybe.
I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
Thanks.